I would say I'm mildly obsessed with building ginormous heads.
Monster Chetwynd ist vor allem bekannt als Performance-Künstlerin, aber unser Anliegen war es, dass wir ihr komplettes künstlerisches Schaffen zeigen wollten. Und das umfasst noch wesentlich mehr. Es umfasst Skulpturen, Malerei, Videodokumentationen, Filme und noch ganz viele weitere Überraschungen. Wir hatten uns als Ziel gesetzt, dass wir dieses Werk in einer Gesamtinszenierung zeigen. Und dafür hat Monster Chetwynd verschiedene Räume geschaffen. Es sind Köpfe. Jeder dieser Räume ist betretbar und zeigt uns eine andere Facette von ihrem Arbeiten.
So my interest and fascination with the ginormous heads comes from researching mainly medieval history. And on top of that, I have a list of other sources of inspiration, and whether it's the antique world or contemporary culture, I really adore a ginormous head, and I find it highly satisfying as a human to make the heads as a backdrop or a theatre set or something to interact with. I love theatre. I've been brought up in a theatrical environment. I've been making theatrical parties since I was about 18. And these grew to become very fun performance art. I really love working with materials. I love working where you don't know what you're doing. So you're exploring with a particular glue or a particular material, and you're finding that it works well with a certain fabric, it's more absorbent. And so you do this kind of strange, meditative, playful experience. And really it's crucial because you're gaining information, and it's a form of research. It's like a physical research. And I would say these are a good example. These are latex, paint and cloth. And I have used various different clays to model areas of them in more detail. And I've really enjoyed making them. I'm sure it shows. I love working with different kinds of materials all the time. I'm an eclectic artist. I make work in many different ways and different mediums. So I make sculptures that are really just meant to be sculptures, but I also make quite lively events that happen over time. And I really like the kind of crossover when people who are the diva also help make the costumes. The person who could do the lighting would potentially also maybe act one day. There's a lot of overlapping, and I really enjoy not being pinned down into one discipline. On display at the Kunsthaus, I have a series that's called Hermita's Children, and I started making these in 2009. The second one was 2014, and the third one is now. So I would definitely say I prioritize the live moment. But then what I've started to do since 2009 is have a narrative that I film outside of the live moments. So I'll make a story with a script, but the script is always voiceover.
When Schnucky imagined dancing with another person, innocent enough, however, it would interrupt the workflow, the collection of mushrooms.
I would say that this narrative is really useful at sandwiching the performance documentation or the video in between, so that then the documentation becomes a work in itself, becomes a film in its own right. And it is to combine a conscious effort to document the work and to make it into something in its own right.